Just make sure you get my body when I'm doing all these motions. So at this point, you're pain-free in your lower back, but obviously we want to try to develop a program that you can utilize to improve yourself and also prevent these flare-ups from occurring as often, if not prevent them completely, which would be great. So I guess I'm just going to develop a routine that's going to take about 5 to 10 minutes a day. My suggestion is just don't skip 2 days. So just try to do it like 4 times a week.
Okay.
And I'm realistic that it doesn't happen every day. So without further ado, I'm just going to perform the motions, and then what I'm going to do on the email is just provide an outline to, how often you should do it or how much you're going to do it that day.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from a standing position, I think there's a couple of really good things that we can utilize, and then we're going to get more down on some floor work. So I know we've already gone over this, but just to address it once again, really great to have something tactile, a cue that you can feel. I think it's important for you to really understand how to start to bend properly. So they call this a good morning in the exercise world. So what you're going to do is place a pole on your back. It's going to touch the back of your head and right at the base of your spine. You want to have your feet in a hip width or a little bit further apart position. From there, you're going to create isolation from your torso upwards, and you're going to provide motion through the hips. So it looks something like this. I'm going to place the pole on my back. I'm going to brace up like we've talked about. And as I brace up, I'm going to focus on my bend going through as if my hips were being pushed backwards. My hips are rotating due to that. So I'm just bending through my hips. And as I come up, I'm engaging my glute to push myself upwards. So notice my entire upper body is isolated and contained, and my movement's being put through my lower body, or my hips. So that's that. You're going to feel resistance and a pull through your hamstrings. That's where you're going to stop. You're going to try to notice that your depth is increasing as the weeks continue on. All right, from there, there's one more standing one I want to give you, and I think it's going to give you a side view. So I'm going to have you begin a standing position. Your back's going to be neutral. You're going to be facing the wall with your hands approximately shoulder width. And from here, I'm going to have you try to perform crawls. Notice that my head, my lower back, they don't change their position. And all I'm doing is lifting the leg up and lifting a hand up. Straight back. This seems simple, but if you're contracting through here, you're going to notice a lot of activity going on. If I show you from a backwards perspective, this is one of those motions where you want to really own it. So what I'm trying to prevent as I'm performing this, I'm performing it wrong right now. I don't want my hip to go out like that, and I don't want my shoulder, it's hard to show you, I don't want my shoulder to bend out like this.
Yeah, I see.
So what I'm doing is I'm being very contained and tight as I perform this activity. I'm trying to stay as straight as possible. Contracting my core is helping me a lot to allow me to be stable as I'm performing this. Now if you want to get more difficult, you just angle your body down further. Okay?
Got it.
Once again, I'll show you reps and sets, and we'll perform these before I have you go. So on the floor, we're going to do a couple things. Hamstring stretch, specifically for what you're dealing with, is going to be easy to just come up behind your leg with your hands, pull up as far as you can, crank your ankle upwards, and just perform a slow kick until you feel resistance. And this is just going to be repetitions. Mm-hmm. So everything we do, it's not necessarily hold. You're going to feel the tension in a few particular areas. You might feel it right at the top of your calf. A lot of people feel it right at the back of the knee, and you might feel it right at the base of your glute. Okay?
Got it.
So the next one, that McGill crunch. we're going to actually kick up the ante a little bit, okay? So you were performing it very well even last time. This time we're going to make it a little more advanced. So once again, you're going to brace the entire time you're performing it. I'm bracing right now. It's something where you should still be able to talk and breathe as you do it. So you can breathe while you're exercising, which is always good, because you don't want to be blue in the face. So what you want to do with this one, your hand is going to be placed upwards instead of under your back. So I'm placing it up straight in line with my shoulder, and my leg's already going to be elevated. And as so the movement's going to be, my leg's going to go up to my knee length, and my hand's going to go back towards the floor, not ever letting it touch and relax.
Oh, okay.
So it's almost like a seesaw. So as my hand comes up, or my hand goes back, my leg comes up, and vice versa. So if this gets too easy, you can always switch it out to doing something like this. So it's a little bit harder for your hand to come up and your leg at the same time. But if this is easier, you want to find the one that, some people find this a little bit easier. But if you notice, wasn't paying attention too much, but I was wobbling a little bit. That's good. That means your body's being challenged neurologically. And you want to try to keep trying to control that more and more through your abdomen. Okay?
Okay.
So we went through a stretch. We did the new McGill crunch. And I think the last one that we'll have you do is just simply do bridges. So you want to try to form a straight line between your knees to your shoulders. Once again, keeping that core nice and contracted as we perform them. It's really, really important to try to focus on driving through the hips, driving through that gluteal area, and providing drive through there. So you could, this is a bit more challenging, allowing your hands to be upwards, or you could perform them on the floor, whichever one's more comfortable with you. So, last thing on the floor, we're going to get into a 6-point position. What I mean by 6 points is that my hands, knees, and toes are all touching the floor at the same time. Hands are in line with the shoulders, knees are in line with the hips, and my toes are under my heels. My head's going to go upwards, and notice my back is neutral. And from here, I'm just going to provide it with some rocking motion. So it's as if my upper body, from my hips up to my head, it's kind of like a boat on pegs.
So you don't arch your back at all?
Yeah, so I'm just trying to keep my back as straight as I can.
Okay.
You know, it's got that little curve in it. Neutral, it means more of like a J shape, whereas we don't want a C shape.
Oh, okay.
So what you don't want to do is to really, drop that belly down like this. You want it to be more like this. You notice your core is engaged, your glutes are a little activated, and you're just rocking it back and forth on these sticks. Now these all look easy. If I were to do them for about a minute, I would start to get wobbly.
Yeah.
So they are pretty challenging. I do get that. I want you to try to appreciate where you start to get shaky. If you start to get shaky and you feel a little off with these, I want you to cut it out before you get to the reps I probably prescribed for you.
Okay.
And try to get up to those. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. That's good.
Okay.
Good stop.